Hey gentlemen, it's December here in Colorado, and I thought what better time than to get out all my gear and do an ultimate winter clothing collection. So here I am, head to toe with a bunch of base layers, mid layers. We're gonna go through every little article of clothing, see if you can't build out the same kit. Make sure and let me know throughout the video what kind of stuff you're wearing in the winter time, if there's certain items you recommend. But what do you say? Let's get right into it. Now I gotta tell you right off the gate, I can't find my winter snow pants. The problem is I'm kind of in transition, moving around a bit, and I couldn't quite get them for this video, but we're gonna go through kind of head to toe. Obviously, we're gonna talk about some boots, gloves, hats, everything. I'll have some links to some of this stuff, but a lot of it is just stuff I've collected over the years. So I might put something that's comparable in the description if you're trying to build out a set just like this. I just did a video called The Best Winter Boots Out of My Collection. And of course, these ones were the Rising Star. These are the LL Bean bean boots. They're 10 inches tall. That's kind of what you want in an ultimate winter boot, is something that's gonna keep you protected very high up. Has the shearling lined. They're very comfortable, very warm. Can't say enough good things about these, but I'll tell you what, I did have a commenter already say that they were not grippy enough and that they fell on some ice. And so in that video, I did talk about yak tracks. I don't care what shoes you have. Sometimes they're just not good enough for ice. So there's a bunch of different brands like this. You know, I just kind of fell on these and they do it for me. But the yak tracks are gonna really keep you safe. I'll just kind of throw those haphazardly on there. These guys have the strap that goes over the top, and now you have metal on ice, and that's really what you want. I think this can be a very good setup for the winter time, whether it's snow or especially ice. You're gonna need something like this. I keep a couple pair of these around. If you have an office job or something, maybe have a set of these there at the office or at least in your car. That way, if the weather changes, you can get prepared. So up from the yak tracks and the LL Bean boots, you know, you're gonna put on your snow pants, and I don't have mine, but say you got those on, now you got your snow pants, your boots, your yak tracks. I would go with some gaiters. Now this is gonna be my ultimate collection, so this isn't maybe something you have to wear every day or going to get groceries or anything like that, but if you're out doing winter sports, snowmobiling, sledding, snowshoeing, skiing of sorts, these things come in really handy. So it has a strap that goes under your boot, and then it has a nice Velcro. There's a million companies that make these. It just Velcros around your leg. One thing that's nice about the LL Beans is they have a good heel on there. So this kind of locks in below the heel. And that gives you what, 1.5 feet or so of protection. Now keep in mind your pant is under here, the boot's there, and this is a nice covering over the top. Now under the snow pants, you can do a nice base layer. This is the base layer I have for my top. This is again LL Bean, and it's 100% merino wool. I'm trying to get 100% of this or that. And merino wool is a really good base layer. You don't really want cotton. They say cotton kills because it will absorb and hold in the moisture. And as you hold in water right close to your body, that's how you start getting into hypothermic conditions. Because you're trying to warm up your core, trying to warm up your body, but yet the fabric that you choose can be locking that moisture in, and it's really challenging to warm up if it's maybe 20 degrees out, you know, it's below freezing, but you're sweating, so you still have moisture coming, and your shirt locks it in. That could be trouble. So I went with this. I got this, a year ago, and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit of a quarter zip, if you will, so I can let some air out. And even, you know, the thing about this whole video is layering. You're gonna see me show lots of layers. So if you can get a matching merino wool LL Bean pant set for underneath your snow pants. And even something like this, if I had the base layer for the pants, I can take my snow pants off, I can take my shirt off, I can walk around a lodge or something like that and still be appropriate. You know, these are nice enough to where they could be just a single layer that you wear around company or around family. you know, in a public environment where it's appropriate, like a ski lodge, you're not gonna look out of place. So we're a little ways into the video and I wanted to pause and just show you guys what it looks like all together. So I have these Giver gloves on with a liner on the inside, and then I have the big puffy coat on. This is the Duluth. It's a very down-filled jacket. On my head, I have a winter cap. It has a little bit of rain and snow resistance, and then it has the fuzzy liner on the inside. Below that, I have a skull cap, and that's very good for layering. I have this scarf on, and underneath the scarf, I still have a neck gaiter. You can always pull that up, and then you can have a little bit of protection of your face. As I unzip here, you're gonna start to see that mid layer, the Mountain Hardwear puffy coat. It's kind of a medium duty puffy coat. And now I have my base layer. That's the LL Bean base layer, and it's 100% merino wool. So right now I can shed a couple layers and cool off, or if I need to, I can put more on. Out here in what little snow we have left, you can see I don't have my snow pants on. I have the gaiters here, and then the LL Bean boots with the yak tracks. And those guys, you can see the print that they're making in the snow. They really get a lot of traction. I think that's the perfect setup. So over the base layer, you can do lots of different options as we're trying to layer up. You can do something like this, flannel, but this is cotton. So again, I would aim towards maybe a wool shirt, maybe a button down like this, some kind of mid layer, if you will. And then I have my puffy coat. Now, everybody and their brother makes a puffy coat. The cool thing about these are they can really go compact. You can get them into a ball and then they'll pack away really easy. But this is a really nice hard shell layer. So if you were to take off your main coat, you still have a little protection from the rain, the snow specifically. You probably have about 45 minutes in decent rain, and then you gotta figure out some outer layer to cover this. If you're living in somewhere like I lived for a while in Portland, Oregon, over the top of this, I would want probably a rain jacket. But often I would just go base layer and then rain jacket because I run kind of hot. And if it's raining, it's not gonna be too cold. So a jacket like this really just gets me too hot. So probably the base layer and then a rain jacket. But this guy is a really good mid layer. I'm sure everybody has one in their closet. This is Mountain Hardwear. They have a wide plethora of down options, so you can get a really hefty mid layer, or you can get a really lightweight. I would probably aim towards the lightweight because it's all about layering. That way you can just shed different layers. If you need to, you can go with your outer coat and then just the base layer. Outer coat, just the flannel. You got options there. In terms of the coat, friends, again, another area where I'm just trying to show you options and not get into specifics. This guy here is going to be from Duluth Trading, and I don't even think they make it anymore, but it is a beast. So this guy here can handle, I don't know, probably a couple hours of rain. You can handle all day in the snow just because it has a really good outer layer. You can always spray weatherproofing spray on jackets like this and increase that time, you know, that you can be out in the rain for even longer. It's not a rain jacket, obviously it's a winter jacket, but depending on what part of the country you live in, a lot of times these seasons kind of mix and match. But get yourself something good, puffy, down jacket, and really long. You want this outer layer to be your longest layer of all of them. So this is gonna go lengthwise past everything. Has a really good hood that I can put on. This one's not detachable, sometimes they are. Duluth's a great one. There's a bunch of companies out there. Obviously Columbia, North Face, you see that kind of stuff a lot. Mountain Hardwear. A lot of this Alaskan gear is really good as well. So on my head, I usually have this, I'll just call it a skull cap. This is from Windtech, and this guy here is just a nice little layer. Because as we're layering, we want to think about shedding stuff as well. So I could totally wear this cap and then put the hood on my jacket and I would be just fine. If it's getting really cold out, I like a hat like this. It's great about covering my ears. So now I have little bit of protection there, and it even has a snap. I'm not sure the brand on this guy though, to tell you the truth, but as you can see, it does really well. The next thing I have here is a neck gaiter. I think they're called gaiters. So you can have something like that on your neck. I could have this and then still go in with a scarf. I don't know what brand this scarf is, but there's so many different ways to tie off a scarf. I think a scarf's really good for layering and it looks attractive. And then in terms of my gloves, again, I have a bit of a base layer. So these are really thin. These are Dakine. And now these are my Giver gloves. These are fully lined. And check that out. I got a liner inside there as well. So these, I think, are a good duo. I have some deep winter gloves that are a little bit longer, and I believe they're with my snow pants. So there's a running theme. I kept those together for a purpose, and now they're separated. So let me know, guys, what did I miss? What do you have in your collection that's just a standard that I should have put in the video? You know, what of these items do you have that you really like a specific brand? Is it a coat, a set of gloves, a scarf, a base layer? What are you liking? What's your kind of go-to setup? I just thought this would be a fun little impromptu video where I can pull out some of these stuff and really just drive home the idea of base layers and layering in general. Again, stay away from cotton, get into the wools. I really am not big on fleece. It makes me sweat, so I don't like fleece. You're not gonna see that in my collection anywhere. Down is your friend, and unfortunately, there's not a good way to get around spending money. Now, the best way I would say is shopping used, secondhand. If you can find some stuff at some Goodwills, that will definitely save you some money. There's some reused gear websites that you can check out that are really good, clothing websites, swap meets and stuff. But at the end of the day, this jacket here is already 8 years old, and that's really hard to believe. This guy isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That was like a $350 investment, and I'm gonna have it for years to come. A lot of this stuff's old. I don't have none of this besides my base layer shirt is new. My LL Bean boots, and that's a year old at this point. The boots are 2 years old. This stuff just lasts. You know, these Giver gloves, I have a link to them. I've used these a lot. Again, it's not the most deep winter glove. I have a little bit better option, but I sure hope you guys got a little bit out of this video. This is the kind of stuff we're doing here at the Gentleman's Journey. So if you like this, please consider sticking around, subscribing, and coming back every week for more videos. Got a bunch of new boots and other menswear coming up. So that'll do it for this one, friends. Until the next one, God bless. And hey, don't forget to give your gear some love from time to time. If you like this one, we got a bunch of content just like this. Check out the channel. We have everything in playlists, anything from more men's boots to menswear. Check back often. We got a bunch of great stuff coming up on the channel. Till the next one, God bless, and we'll catch you then.